Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a great day. Quick look here at Dogecoin, seeing what's going on. We're going to redraw out our fibs here and effectively understand, well, if possible, best practice and big picture in situations like these. So if you're new to the channel, just know I love to teach people to trade. I hope you can learn something today. Obviously, you want to become a better trader. CryptoCash.tech is a site, link down below. And let me know if you have any questions, obviously. Something that might be worth your while. Quick little heads up. Thanks again for the community. Awesome trade there from AVAX. Took a nice little short there. And of course, early in the week, Dogecoin 50%. That trade is still open. We got 2 targets left remaining, ICP, Bitcoin, and Reef as well. Okay, so some good profits throughout the week there. A couple of shorts, mostly longs. I try to avoid shorts, honestly. They're just kind of higher risk, so I prefer not to do them. But obviously, anybody shorting right now is probably doing fairly well. You just got to be careful. So we want to see, is this coin worth shorting? Is it worth taking along? Let's find out. So Dogecoin. Where are we at here on liquidation? First thing I want to look at here, of course, is the oof, baby. That's a heavy concentration there at about 8 cents. Obviously, more so 8.2, but between 8 and 8.2, heavy amount of longs. So you got to keep in mind too, just because that level is there doesn't necessarily mean the price is going to go there. But it is kind of like a magnet that acts like that. So I try to make it really simple for people to understand that when you look at a coin like this and you see that much concentration in one area, the probability of the price coming down there and at least retesting one more time is fairly high. But again, the TA could tell us a different story, right? And if Bitcoin pulls its head successfully from its ass here soon, we will probably see Dogecoin continue higher regardless, right? So there's always a caveat there. But the simple way to understand it here is that Bitcoin does have a heavy concentration at 50,000 for liquidation, and it's also in a similar type of pattern here. So my anticipation is that we could see that sweep. We just got to be mindful of it, even though Bitcoin's exuding some bullish behavior. We got to be just prepared and ready for anything that could be fairly nonsensical, which is basically the crypto market in a nutshell, right? Complete nonsense. You pretty much can do the exact opposite of what you think is logical, and it works. It's a funny thing how that is. Anyways, completely manipulated in a lot of ways. Is Dogecoin manipulated? Yes, every coin pretty much is in its own right. Taking a look at the daily time frame. Let's go ahead and double check a couple key factors here. Taking a look at the moving averages, we're below the 100-day SMA. We talked about this yesterday being not great if we close below that. It doesn't necessarily mean the price can't continue higher. It just implies that it's not a good sign, right? But we are above the 20 and the 50. Those are faster moving averages, and I prefer to be over those personally, just because they kind of give us a shift in momentum and let us understand kind of what side of the tracks we are on immediately. Not to say the 100-day SMA isn't beneficial. It's just my least favorite moving average. Yes, I have a favorite. Just like any parent, they'll admit they have a favorite. And they'll never tell their kids that, but they'll have a favorite. Actually, some parents are pretty ruthless. They tell them regardless. Anyways, take a look here at the stochastic RSI. Obviously pulling back. We're over 50 in the RSI, though. That's a good thing. And same thing with money flow index being above. So that's not completely bearish by any stretch, but we're trending towards that. So unless stochastic can swing upwards here in the next couple of days or kind of start that slow down process, we'll probably see it continue. We're going to pull out this trend line here too. Coincidentally, retested there today at about 8.3. We've talked about 8.3 being a very strong support and previously a very strong resistance level. It was our previous cup and handle playout pattern before we took our long position and got, what was it, 50% profit. We just looked at that, right? So at this point, is that going to be a pivot point? Is the price going to bounce off that? Hypothetically, yes, but too early to tell. All right, that's just the bottom line. When you're swing trading too, folks, you got to make sure that you recognize that waiting for confirmation takes longer because you're holding the trade for longer. It's not like a day trade where you just find a 15-minute chart and like, oh, this is nice, I'm going to get in. A little different. So get used to slowing your roll if you're going to be interested in swing trading effectively. It's my full-time job personally, and I love it because it's way less stress. Staring at the charts all day just drives me nuts. And you're probably laughing at yourself too because I'm literally staring at the charts right now. But this is different. This is like more fun and entertaining to me to analyze charts. I don't like sitting here stressing about how much money I'm gaining or losing, right? Even though I don't really stress about it anymore, it's still a thing, right? No matter how you look at it. Okay. This is kind of letting us know we could have a potential ABC pattern down. If this is the highest point that Doge goes, we could very well see one more leg down to complete our ABC. So just be mindful that's a thing. Same thing here with RSI at 50. Look at that, holding like a champ. Strong resistance level. What is that resistance? 8.5. Pretty consistent there at 8.5. So I would be careful, trading unless we can close above that 8.5 level. What would that do for us? That would put us over 50 in the RSI. What would that do for us in the big picture? That'd probably give us a MACD convergence. There's a lot of reasons why being above 8.5 is advantageous, and retesting that 8.3 is not. So in a perfect world, we just break above 8.5 and we call it a day. That's not exactly always the case. So let's take a quick look here. What do you know? 8.5, this guy right here, that is the volume profile for this coin. Basically telling us we have a tremendous amount of interest at 8.5, and that if we were to close above that this time tomorrow, that would be a green light for consideration for a long position. So most coins are exuding the same behavior. They're stuck on these descending trends, which this one is not. It did break free from its descending trend. So just kind of throw it out there. It's not the cleanest. I'm just throwing it up here, but quickly to note, if you exclude candle wicks and you just kind of go with candle bodies, which is recommended, we broke free from our descending trend. The second step from breaking free from a descending trend is to establish range-bound activity, which we are doing. We keep retesting these levels. The last step is to break free from the cloud. Again, that's my step personally, not exactly an exact science, but that is definitely something we want to pay attention to and be mindful of, right? So if we can get above this level here, above that point of control effectively, we're going to be in good shape. So I'm really looking forward to seeing if we can get into this area here. And X marks the spot. I put that on the charts just to give us perspective later when we look at it. This is what I'm looking for confirmation. Okay? Again, other contributing factors may or may not be present at the time. I don't just jump in arbitrarily because I set my alert at 8.5. But I can tell you that if we get above that level, we'll have a much better chance, a stronger leg to stand on. We'll be breaking through some key level resistances and using those previous resistances as support. All right, that's how trading works. You establish higher highs and higher lows. We're almost there, but not quite. Okay, so if you're the premature type that likes to get in early because you can't stop foaming at the mouth right now, I'd recommend pumping the brakes. But if you have to, low leverage, low position size, give yourself a chance in case the price breaks down and Bitcoin has a bad day. That's really what you got to do. That's the kind of trades that I like to take personally, because I hate getting wicked out from candles, and it sucks really bad. So I structure my trades a little bit more effectively, and that's typically what people are liking to follow with my signals. It's just the consistency. Again, what was it last month? 96%. We took one stop loss at Injective. This month we're 0% stop loss, 100% gains, but we are on the edge of a couple of naughty trades right now because Bitcoin can't seem to pull its head successfully from its ass. So again, just some arbitrary thoughts there, but trading isn't perfect, folks. You got to learn to roll with the punches. You hit a stop loss or two. It's a good learning experience and something you should be able to benefit from, right? You got to look at things different, and trading is all about controlling your emotions and not letting them get the best of you. Okay, I think I talked your ear off. Last thing too, Dogecoin, phenomenal coin to trade on Bitunix. Link down below. Use this link to register, folks. I tell you what, they get some really good rewards. No VPN or KYC required for US, Canadian, and majority of other countries. I just think they're phenomenal. They've treated my community very good, and they're adding 200 plus trading pairs at the end of the month. Once that's done, we'll have a private trading competition for only those who use my link to register. So again, $10,000 prize pool. Typically, we're probably going to roll out with that monthly, but we're going to start off and see how much volume we can get. We got a good 300 to 400 traders already in that pool, so it's going to be cool. Check it out in your own time. Thanks again so much for watching, though. Hope you learned something today. If you did, comment below. If not, either way, like, subscribe, follow. Greatly appreciate it. We'll see you next one. Take care.